Hello there everyone and welcome here to Homestead, Florida, as we are here with only a couple of races left in the season. 8 drivers have moved on into the Eliminator 8 round, and with 8 drivers' hopes on the line, we reset the points for these 8 drivers, and they're back on even ground once again. DeMax got eliminated at Fontana last week. He is not a championship contender anymore, but Jeff James and Luke Martin are, and so is Jordan Davis. They are right there inside the top 6. The Chasers are going to have their hands full here at Homestead, Florida. Who's going to win here today? If you can win, you move yourself into the Final 4 for the Washington, D.C. finale. DeMax leads us down, and we are green. Coming off the final turn, Eugene DeMax really did get a good start there. He leads the first lap of today's race. Maybe today will be not so much of a crazy race as it was Fontana. They're hoping for more of a cleaner race, especially our Chasers. They do not want to have problems to try and overcome here. Luke Martin, a Chaser, looking to try and win here today to advance into Washington, to go to the Washington, D.C. finale race and be one of them 4 drivers battling for a championship. Luke Martin has been runner-up 5 times in his career. Would love to finally get a championship of the Sony Cup Series as Martin goes by DeMax for the lead. Here are some Chasers in the back that did not qualify very well. James Fox, Jacob Hart, and Aaron Taylor. They're all in the back of the field here. They need to try and climb their way forward. It is possible. Fox, Taylor, and Hart, they did not finish very high in the points to move on in this round, but they are good drivers that have made it this far in the round, and they could possibly move on to the Final 4 here, but they're going to need to run well for this race here as Taylor goes underneath of Michael White, and there are some guys like Zachary Fitzwater right there with Levi Pascoe just in front of him. They're running midfield right now trying to work their way forward. Bassinger in his second race back. He ran very well at Fontana. He's trying to work his way inside the top 10. Jeff James having a good solid run right now inside the top 10. Jordan Davis, he's ran very well here in the last few seasons. Up inside the top 5. Nick Kirkles for Blue Flare up inside the top 5 as well. Good run for them guys. As Martin continuing to lead, trying to hold off Eugene DeMax. Trouble for Nick Mace in the 48 low Chevy. He bounced off Jeff James and bounced into DJ Curtis. Had contact there into the inside wall. Nick Mace was able to save it. With left side damage to the door there. That might be some aerodynamic problems for Mace. He was running solid there. 2 weekends in a row, Nick Mace has problems. Problems for Trent Togger in the 82 Red Bull would hit the wall. And he was at the tail end of the field here, and Bradley Bishop Jr. would just run into him. That was right there dead last. Bishop Jr. was running dead last on the board there. Spun around, kept it straight. The officials did not throw a yellow for that. The Mace Enterprises team is looking strong today, as all the Mace cars are really up here near the front of the field, with Eugene DeMax trying to take the lead away from Martin, but just really can't. Richard Johnson down there trying to get win 25 of the series there on the inside, looking to try and make it 3 wide. Probably going to think better of it. Sliding behind DeMax. Nick Kirkles for Blue Flares running solid here, but one of our Chasers nearly all the way up against the wall off turn 4. Nearly hit the wall again. Jordan Davis in the 5. One of our Chasers going by him. As we look further through the field, Levi Pascoe is our 4th highest running Chaser right now. He continues to just points race his way through these rounds. And Levi trying to be the Cinderella story here, trying to make it into the Final 4 for DC to fight for a championship for Athenian Motorsports. Right now, 14th right now. As back here, Jacob Hart is trying to climb his way up the field right now. As we got a pass for the lead, Eugene DeMax is going to finally get by Luke Martin, and that's going to help teammate Jordan Davis, because he's one of our chasers. And all the Mace cars got eliminated from the championship hunt other than Davis. Eugene Max and Nick Mace got eliminated last round. If one of these Mace cars can win and keep one of the chase drivers from winning, that would open up another spot to get in on points for the finale to try and move on for the Final Four. Look at this guy, though. Nick Curicles for Blue Flare Motorsports drove it in there, and he was not able to make it stick. Here comes Luke Martin. Oh, man, he almost got turned by Zebulon Start. Martin's got a real good car. You better look out for him. He might be a threat to win this and advance into the Final Four to be one of our title contenders, advancing. Martin trying to finally win a championship. He's all the way into the Final 8 here. Could he win the Sony Cup Series championship finally in 20 seasons? He's got a shot. Richard Johnson, however, two-time champion, looking to try and get his second win of the season. And his final laps at Homestead here. It'll be his last race at Homestead, his last season. Richard trying to get win 25, trying not to go down without a fight here. Wants to go out as a winning driver. He won at Sonoma 2 races ago. And Richard showing that he still has it up front here as he runs 3 wide with teammate DeMax and Luke Martin. Down to the line, Richard gets the lead there. Martin trying with us all. Here comes Eugene DeMax through the middle. He's got a good car as well as DeMax takes the lead. That is falling back here. Jeff James losing ground. He's now down to 16th. Levi Pasco has went by him as Jake Apart is closing, trying to get up there to Jeff James. James is the 4th highest running chaser right now. And so Jake Apart, James Silverfox, they're all trying to get up there to him. They're trying to make up ground that they lost in qualifying. Aaron Taylor trying to climb his way forward as Zachary Fitzwater, one of our chasers in the Red Bull Toyota, is down here outside the top 30 and is struggling. You might see Fitzwater, if he cannot climb up here, Fitzwater might need to be in a most must-win situation at Rockingham and Talladega if he cannot get up there. Levi Pasco going around Dylan Young on the high side for the 10th position. Levi continuing to show that he is a threat here. He's went by Jordan Davis as well. Davis is falling back. He's in the hands of Jeff James here, back here for 15th. But I'm telling you, the Athenian Motorsports Group has came a long ways. They was the underdogs in 2015. They've really came a long ways, and they were the underdog team, and they were still the underdog team coming into this season. And Levi won at Oklahoma, got him a chase spot, and Levi's just points to race his way through the chase, and right now trying to get inside the top 10 here and move closer to Washington, D.C. to fight for a championship in his rookie year, too. Battle for the lead going on as Richard Johnson goes low of Eugene Max, trying to get down there, but Eugene has a real good car. They lap Bradley Bishop Jr. He's going to be a problem for these guys when they get to him. But these three have been the best cars, no doubt. Eugene Max, Richard Johnson, Luke Martin, they pull it away from the rest of the field. And it's going to be between these guys for the win, I believe. And for the Mace cars, at least for Jordan's sake, since he is a teammate with Richard and Eugene Max, he's going to be pulling on Richard and Eugene Max here, because if Martin can win, that's a spot taken away to be in the Final Four. And Martin knows this here. Trying to work over Eugene Max and Richard Johnson. It's going to be a dogfight for this championship, I believe. It's going to be a good one. Turner Fenway looking like they got a good setup going on here. They won at this track before, back in 2015, the first race then. Boy, they're getting racy back there, and there's chase guys back there. They ought to not wreck. Bassinger, second race back after his injury, inside the top 5. Jesse Turner got eliminated last round, but he's still having a good solid day right now behind Bassinger. Nick Curicles for Blue Flare still having a good run here. But they got real racy back here, and that all happened because Bradley Bishop Jr. stacked them up, and they're getting really racy. They're racy hard! Vince Allen and Andreas Allen. Man, the brothers got really sideways there. I'm telling you something. Not the brothers, but father and son there. Got him and Alex Allen got mixed up there. But, man, they got real sideways in 3 and 4. They was able to manage it and hang on. But, yeah, that really scrambled them up. The biggest winners out of there was really James Silverfox and Jacob Hart, as they are all over Jordan Davis and Levi Pasco and Jeff James now. And the racing's hard. Look how sideways Nick Puricles was off the corner, trying to hang on to it, get as much ground as he can. But up front, Martin has gotten by Richard Johnson, but Johnson still fighting hard with Luke Martin. Eugene Max continuing to lead, but an engine's blowing up in front of him, and that is Trent Togger. For the second race weekend in a row, he grenades the engine. And you got to think Red Bull is going to have to fix that. You got to wonder if Fitzwater might be in trouble as well, because they get the same engines. And Trent Togger, for the second race weekend in a row, he blows a motor. With Talladega being the last race of this round, drivers of the chase are in desperation to get a win. Luke Martin knows it. He's down here fighting with the Mace cars with everything he can, trying to get by Eugene DeMax. DeMax has been strong. He won this race last time we were here. He won it under a caution flag. DeMax trying to sweep the Homestead races for this year, but he's going to have to fight hard. He's got Luke Martin and the King, Richard Johnson, hounding him here as Martin again drives low of Eugene, trying to get the spot, trying to get in front of him. Only 15 laps to go. Martin down the straightaway, peeks out in front, but man, DeMax driving it in deep. Here comes Richard Johnson. They are 3 wide for the top spot here, as they have really pulled away from third place of Zebulon's start, but Luke Martin has gotten by Eugene DeMax, and Martin is now the new race leader at Homestead. But Eugene DeMax is not going down without a fight. He wants this win here. DeMax is trying to prove that if he would have got in by that 1 point, 1 point was the difference of how he missed the chase here. Jacob Hart beating by 1 point to advance into this round. And if DeMax could have got in, he could be a big, huge favorite for this championship, but he got eliminated by 1 measly point. And DeMax is trying to prove a point that he would have been in the Final Four to fight for a championship had that 1 point been in his favor. And DeMax trying to win this here for his own pride here, to win it at Homestead, wanting to sweep the Homestead races. Down low, Martin again. This battle between the front 3 have been the best on the racetrack here, no doubt. As DeMax peeks out in front, it's definitely going to be between the Mace cars and Martin right now, as DeMax goes back out front. As we look back here, Levi Pasco is actually the second highest running chaser right now. Then you got a dogfight with other 4 chasers here. Jeff James, James Sorfox, Jacob Hart, Jordan Davis. They're all racing hard. Those are all chasers, fighting for positions, fighting for points. Aaron Taylor's in the mix of it as well. Further back, you got to go way back here to find Zachary Fitzwater. He is not having a good race here. Fitzwater's going to need to do something in the next few races. But our chasers up here are battling hard, as Levi is actually the second highest running chaser. This is the battle here for 4th, as Turner's getting away with it with the 4th position. And Luke Martin continuing to try and work over Eugene DeMax. How bad does Luke Martin want it? That's what the question is. Luke Martin is the only chaser that has everything on the line here. Up here battling for the lead. These guys have pulled away all race. What a clean race these guys have done. What a hard race that Eugene DeMax, Luke Martin, and Richard Johnson have put on here. But the gloves are off. We're about to see what Luke Martin's going to do here. Can he pull it off? Can he win in advance to the Championship 4? We're going to see here. The Mace Enterprises cars have cut him no slack all race. Richard and Eugene have raced him hard here. But with only 2 laps to go, Martin is down low of Eugene DeMax. Can he get there? Looks like DeMax has a good car on the outside, able to hold Luke Martin off right now. But Martin trying to overthrow the Maze cars. Martin Motorsport is trying to come on top late in the going here. 3 of their race cars are still left in the chase. Luke, Aaron, and Jeff James are all still in the fight. The white flag is left here. Martin trying to advance to be able to win a championship. Down low of Eugene Max, they are side by side. Eugene Max trying to sweep Homestead. Luke Martin trying to advance into the championship round. They're side by side. Richard Johnson's there as well. Martin's got the edge. Eugene Max walks up the racetrack. Here comes Richard Johnson. Johnson down low trying to get it to the line. Luke Martin's gonna get it. Luke Martin wins and advances to the championship 4. This win will launch Luke Martin into the fight for a championship. Martin will be in Washington, D.C. as a title contender. Luke Martin pulls through, and he is going to be a championship fighter when it comes down to it in Washington, D.C. What a hard fight they put on there. Great job by Martin, Johnson, and DeMax. Man, veterans of the series, drivers all the way back from Season 1, and they put on a heck of a show there. Man, what a drive by them guys. Major congratulations to Luke Martin on the win here today. That's going to get him into the chase for the championship. That was a great battle. All the way down to the end of it there. Luke Martin wins for the 2nd time this season. And, well, actually the 3rd time this season, my bad. I remember he won at Darlington and also at Sebring. And now this is the 3rd time this season he's went to victory lane here at Homestead. He stops DeMax from sweeping Homestead and keeps Richard Johnson back from winning a 25th career Sony Cup Series victory. Man, some veterans of the series gave it their heart out there, and Luke Martin will be a championship contender at Washington, D.C. Will not have to worry about Rockingham. He will not have to worry about Talladega. It's all going to come down to Washington, D.C. for Luke Martin. Can he win his first Sony Cup Series championship? He has finished 5th, or he has finished 2nd in the point standings 5 times. A runner-up Luke Martin has, and Martin really wants this more than anybody to be able to be crowned as a champion of the Sony Cup Series. What a story it would be for him. Major congratulations to him on finally making it to the championship 4 and being able to compete for a championship again. And Martin, he's going to be a threat at Washington, D.C. We do not know who the other 3 drivers are going to be. The other chasers did not fare as well as Martin did. Martin had such a good car. Jeff James did as well, but he did not finish as high as we thought he would. But here's the finishing results and standings after Homestead with only 3 races to go in the 2016 season and only 2 races left until we see who the final 4 are that will compete for the championship.